7 signs you're more confident than you think. A lot of people see confidence as this: the loud, unapologetic, blaring personality that isn't afraid to be seen or heard. But what if you're an introvert? It's easy to overlook quiet confidence, someone that keeps to themselves but holds themselves to a high standard, someone who isn't the loudest voice in the room but speaks clearly and confidently. Here's a few signs that you're way more confident than you think. Hey, if you're new, I'm Christina and I make videos for people who are feeling lonely. If you're a people pleaser, overachiever, over anything, you're in the right place. I have 7 signs that you're way more confident in this video, and I'm going to start off pretty surface level, stuff that's on the surface that might not be like super deep, and then I'm going to get more and more deep as the video goes on. One sign that you're way more confident than you think is the fact that you can take a compliment. Give this video a thumbs up if you've ever been given a compliment before and then your immediate reaction is to be like, oh my god, no, this top is so cheap, like I literally got this on sale, or I got this from a charity shop. Or you're immediately like, oh my, your top is so nice as well, like I love your outfit, it's so nice. It's very rare that people can genuinely take a compliment. But when people tell me like, oh, you must be so intelligent, you're a doctor, like that's so impressive, I'm like, oh no, it's not a big deal. Like back in the day I used to downplay things. I never used to be able to take a compliment. Whereas now I'm trying my best to actually, if someone says something nice about my achievement or what I'm wearing or like something that I did, how I handled things, I'm just like, thanks. And just leave it there. Like sometimes I think when you like downplay your like achievements, or you like quickly throw the compliment back at them, it's just a sign that you're not that used to like positive affirmation and positive things and like positive compliments being said to you. Like if your self-talk and the way that you speak to yourself is like self-deprecating or maybe like neutral, you give yourself like positive affirmation sometimes, but then you're also quite negative as well. If someone then gives you a compliment and they're like, oh, you look so nice today, like you look great, like it's gonna be unnormal. How you handle a compliment is just a sign of how you view and talk to yourself. Another sign that you're more confident than you think is that you're not overly nice. There's a lot of recovering people pleasers and maybe current people pleasers on this channel, so I know this one will be a popular one. I've realized sometimes when you're a bit too overly nice, you're a bit too polite to people, a bit too overly available, a bit too willing to help, sometimes I think that's a sign of low self-esteem. Like back in the day when this was me, like because this, I'm speaking from personal experience, I would be that person that would be like super willing and ready to like go out and help someone or help someone open the door. Like, oh, like you cough, you need a tissue, oh, let me go in my bag, let me find a tissue. Oh, you're stuck on that maths question that the teacher's moved on and they've left you behind, like, oh, copy my answers, like here's what you need to do. Like when you're someone that's a bit too nice and willing to drop everything that you have to help someone else, I think it's maybe because you don't see yourself as like fully worth a friendship, a connection, a relationship where you can just kick back and actually just be yourself. Like I used to think deep down, I wasn't thinking it on the surface because I was only like 15 at the time, but like when I was 15, deep down underneath all my actions, underneath all the things where I was like going above and beyond for everyone else, I was like, no one's actually gonna like me if I'm not doing anything, and if I'm just kind of like, I'm not gonna go in my bag and find the tissue, I'm not gonna show you the maths answer. Like I have to give all these things to get back love and attention from people. If I don't give all my attention, all my effort, all my energy into other people, no one's gonna like me. It kind of felt like friendships were a transaction almost, and like I had to give to get. And maybe you're not 15, maybe you're watching this and you're literally like 25 or 35, and now it's actually like when it comes to friendships now, you feel like you always have to drive to your friends, or you always have to like pay for things when you're with friends. If a friend forgets your birthday, or they forget something that's really important to you, or they cross a boundary that's really important to you, you just feel like you have to brush it off, like, oh no, it doesn't matter that you forgot my birthday 2nd year in a row, like it's okay, no big deal. Or you brought up that topic that I really didn't want you to mention in a group full of 10 people, like it's okay, I'll pretend like it didn't happen. Sometimes when we're doing all these things, it feels like, oh, no one's gonna accept me if I put my foot down. Like if I make a fuss about the fact that she forgot my birthday again, she's gonna like stop being my friend. When your self-esteem goes up, you slowly start to realize you don't have to be overly nice. You don't have to do anything actually to get people to like you. You can just be yourself. And I think that's a really strange concept when you're like deep in the people-pleasing world. For me, confidence is very much like you like yourself so much that you're not even fussed or even paying attention to the fact that other people like you or not. Okay, next one is a bit more deep. We're getting deeper in this video, deeper and deeper into the signs that you're more confident. Another sign you're more confident than you think is that you're not trying to prove yourself. This can be online or offline. I think online, people try to prove themselves sometimes in like what they post. They'll only show, especially on Instagram, they'll only show a certain part of their life to kind of give the image that they're a lot more of a globetrotter, travel-y person than they actually are. Or they'll give the impression that life is actually a lot more perfect and put together and they're going out for meals and coffees and parties, and like they're doing a lot more than they actually are. When a lot of your energy is going to portraying a certain image, whether it be like you're literally a normal person just working a regular job, or you're a normal student going to university, when you're not working hard to portray an image to your colleagues or your teachers or your classmates, that is very confident. When you don't care that people think that like you're wearing the same outfit for the second day in a row, when you're not trying hard to portray anything, that is a huge sign of confidence, because working hard to portray an image and like you're intentionally positioning your bag in a certain way, or you're intentionally standing outside your car for a little bit longer so that people can see that this is your new car that you've just bought. Working hard to portray an image is just a sign of insecurity. It's totally okay to be proud of your achievements and be proud of the things that you've bought and achieved. Like that is actually a really important thing. I'm a big advocate for being proud of yourself, because I think one of the keys to being a confident person is like taking pride in like what you've done and who you are. Achievements and awards and cool things that you've bought, that's all cool and fun. You shouldn't then need to feel all of that pride for your achievement and then project that onto everyone else. That's when I think it becomes insecurity. Another sign you're more confident than you think is the fact that you speak up in groups. This is a difficult one for introverts, but one that is a huge sign of confidence. Back in school, when I was like 13 to 16, I was literally one of the smartest people. Like I remember that was one of the things that like, it was all I had. I felt super ugly at the time. I felt like no one liked me. I didn't have many friends, but like being one of the smartest people, like being consistently in the top 3, top 5 students of all my exams, that was like one of the things that was keeping me going. Despite going into a bunch of different lessons like math, science, English, and like knowing all the answers for things when the teacher would ask a question, like I still never spoke up. It made perfect sense. Like I had no confidence. My confidence was hanging on a shoestring. Like even when I knew the right answer, I'd still doubt myself. Like I feel like confidence is not really much to do with what you actually know. It's more to do with how you feel about yourself. Like I'd know all the right answers. I was one of the smartest people in the classroom. In some classrooms, I was the smartest person, and the teacher was probably looking at me like, Christina, do you not know the answer to this? But like, I just felt like I would hate having eyes on me. Like I would hate, it wasn't even the fact that I'm going to put my hand up, I'm going to get the answer right. It's like, I'm going to put my hand up and everyone's going to look at me. Like I'm going to have so much attention on me. And people are going to think I'm ugly. People are going to think she sat by herself again. People are going to think, who even is her friend anyway? Like, do you talk to her? I don't talk to her. Like no one likes her. Like it was all these things that I was extrapolating in my mind. Another sign you're more confident than you think is the fact that you can say no. I'm planning to make a whole entire dedicated video on saying no, and I'm probably going to call it like the people-pleasing rule book, or like the code to overcoming people-pleasing, or something like that. I haven't come up with a name yet, but like the power of saying no, honestly, I feel like that is the key to confidence. The more you say no, the more you become a confident person. I'm convinced of it. Like you actually can't convince me otherwise. Like you think saying yes and agreeing to things will make you liked by people, or whatever sort of approval you want to get, whether it's being liked by people, having people think you're cool, having people think that like you're like so amazing. You think jumping through all the hoops that everyone sets out for you, like do this, do that, come to this, pay for this, drive me to this place. You think saying yes to all of it will get you what you want. Actually, it's saying no. I once had a friend that was like weirdly toxic. Like this friend was basically one of those people where they're super nice to you when you're like one-on-one, but then the moment you're like in a group, they're like being horrible to you, or like they'll make fun of you publicly. And it was such a weird like thing, because each time I'd see this person, I'd be like, oh, we get along, they're really nice, like we actually have a lot in common. But then the moment like at a party or at an event or in like a class or something, like I would actually just dread being near them, because I'm like, what are you going to say? I don't know what you're going to bring up. I don't know how you're going to embarrass me. This person, I think we had like exams or something, and I remember they kind of messaged like, oh, do you want to meet up and go for a coffee? And I was like, oh, Christina, like put your foot down. Like stop repeating the same pattern of like saying yes to everything, and stop just agreeing to what people want you to do. So I remember I was like going back and forth for ages, like hours. I was like, what do I even say? Like, how do I say no? Because it feels really overwhelming to put your foot down to someone that like this person normally gets their way. So to say no to them, I was like, how am I even going to do that? I can't remember what I said specifically, but I was just like, I'd rather not. Was like the consensus of my message. It wasn't like a paragraph or anything. They tried to convince me, like we were back and forth on Snapchat, like they were trying to convince me to go, and I just was like, no, I'm not going. I put my foot down. And then like I think that was it. Like I was so proud of myself. It was such a simple conversation, it's such a simple thing, but I was just so proud that I actually did something for me for once. Like I was so used to living on autopilot, make everyone else happy, do everything that everyone else wants. And like finally for once, I did something for me. And it just made me so proud. Anyway, so this person, the thing was settled. Like we didn't go for that coffee, but they came back like a couple weeks later on, like asking to meet up again. And because I'd already said no once, I was like, I can do it again. Like that muscle of saying no to people, have respect for yourself, Christina. I was growing that muscle. And each time they kind of came back, I was able to say no again and again. And I got a lot more comfortable with it. And slowly but surely, I started to realize, like, Christina, what you think about yourself always matters more than what other people think of you. This person isn't even nice to you. Like, it's a totally different story if this is a nice person that's lovely and cares about you and treats you well and like shows that they value you in their life. But this person shows that they don't value you actually. Like, they're embarrassing you in different groups. Each time I said no, that was like a little tick in my mind that, Christina, what you think about yourself matters more than what anyone else thinks about you. Another one, you're comfortable alone. I think there's a really clear difference between being comfortable alone and then like hiding alone. Like me in the past, I was an introvert. I was scared to be seen like sat by myself in the corner, sat by myself with no friends. I'd be scared to be seen alone. So I would refuse to go to any events, refuse to go to parties, refuse to go to anything. I would just hide at home on my own. Whereas now I'm comfortable on my own. I can go to an event by myself. Like literally yesterday or the day before, I went to I've just started my actual job as a doctor. I went to this like welcome dinner event by myself. Like I didn't know anyone that was going. I think me back in the day, I probably would have not gone because I wouldn't want to walk in on my own and do the small talk, speak to new people. But this event, I just showed up on my own. I walked in by myself, and like I find it just super easy to talk to people now. So that's why I wasn't stressed about it. Like I wasn't stressed about who I was going to sit with or how I'm going to say hi to people. What do I say? It all just happened naturally. So I'm more comfortable alone now versus before I was hiding alone. And I'm a very firm believer that you don't have to be like an extrovert and like love being around people, love being outside all the time to be a confident person. I'm not that sort of person that wants to be outside all the time. Like I really enjoy my alone time, just in my room, like sitting and talking to the camera. Like I don't feel the need to always be stimulated and around people. Okay, and the last sign that you're probably more confident than you think is that you feel good about yourself, not because of what you do, but because of who you are. I was watching Billie Eilish's documentary from a couple of years ago where essentially it showed like Billie Eilish's rise into fame and like the behind the scenes of how she kind of blew up and started performing at Coachella and how she met Justin Bieber. And there's like a really like emotional scene where like her idol throughout her whole life has been Justin Bieber. And then she meets him at Coachella, I think, like behind the scenes. They're like watching someone perform live and they're like in the same private VIP section, like in the same square. And like he's looking at her like, hi, like, are you gonna come over and say hi? And then she's like so scared to go up to him and she's like bawling, tearing up like the moment she goes up to him, and they have a really long hug and like they talk back and forth. And then when they're back home, she's in her hotel room, he's somewhere else. He sent her like an Instagram DM, and in the DM, he was basically saying like how proud he is of her and how enjoy this journey, enjoy your time. Like, don't focus too much on the fame. Don't focus on like the wrong things. Keep yourself around like important family, friends. And then he was talking about the fact that like she's really special, not because of what she does and her music, but because of who she is. And honestly, I really do think that concept of being proud of who you are and not what you do is the key to unshakable confidence. Because like I was saying earlier, some people try to prove themselves with their achievements, or they try to prove themselves with like, I'm living this amazing life on Instagram, and like they're trying to prove themselves because of what they do, what they've done, who they're flying with on first class. That's all what you do. That's all actions. That's all purchases. That's all experiences. True confidence to me is the stuff that you actually can't buy. You actually can't get that in a first class lounge. Who you are is the thing that will make you confident. Because if you think about it, if you rely your confidence on like achievement and money and stuff, a lot of those things like anyone can attain. Anyone can, if they work hard enough, if they get the money, anyone can fly first class. Anyone can get like a Range Rover. If you work hard, if you know the right people, if you get a discount, I don't know, you can get a Range Rover. Anyone can get 100,000 followers. Trust me, on TikTok, as someone who has nearly 150k, anyone can get 150k on TikTok. A lot of the things in life, I think, they might seem off limits. Like, I don't know what your big dream is, but some of your biggest dreams of having a business or having this amount of money or like achieving this thing, like becoming famous, it might seem off limits, but trust me, like you actually can get it. Like, don't think that it's as off limits as you think. But then the thing I'm trying to say is like, because anyone can get it, it's actually not as special as you think. The thing that is special and the thing that will make you so proud of yourself and so like, wow, like I feel accomplished, I feel validated, I feel like I've done something huge, is all the things that aren't easily attainable. And those are the things like putting your foot down and having the boundaries, or standing up for yourself when you're like super scared to and you're literally shaking, like you're so scared to say the words but you're about to. All the things that will make you feel unshakable confidence in yourself is nothing to do with what you're actually doing and what you've achieved, but it's more so who you are. It's your values. It's how you show up in the world. It's how you treat people. It's the respect that you have for people, but the respect that you have for yourself. It's the way that you won't tolerate BS from people. And it's the way that you won't put up with like people forgetting your birthdays or people like treating you terribly and telling you that you're ignorant on text. The confidence that you get from who you are internally is actually the confidence that will help you get all the external things. That will be the confidence that helps you get the dream career that you want. I feel like when you're a perfectionist or when you're a people pleaser, you think the best thing about you is on the outside. The way I show myself to my colleagues and the way I show myself to the world, that's the best thing about me. If they think that I'm really hardworking and the smartest person here, if I'm the smartest person in the class, that's the best thing about me. That's all I have to offer. I have nothing else but this. But the truth I've come to realize, when you work on your confidence and you put more emphasis on who you are and your values, how you carry yourself, the best thing about you is actually internal. And so that's why I think, to round off the video, ultimate confidence is when you feel good about who you are and what you do is fun and cool and nice and you're proud of your achievements, but ultimately you are just so satisfied and confident and proud of yourself and who you are as a person, because the best thing about you is internal, not the external.